Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of updates to share about Donald Trump and his legal woes. So, as you all know, I'm sure you've heard by now, he keeps trying to stop his trial that's scheduled to begin on Monday. Appeals courts keep on slapping him down. And Trump has very good reason to be freaking out because, of course, this is a criminal trial, so it could result in him behind bars. And in a new Reuters Ipsos poll from earlier this month, approximately one quarter of the Republican respondents said they would not vote for Trump if he's convicted of a felony. So obviously, even if he's allowed to remain free while he appeals a conviction, if he's convicted, this means he is less likely to win the election. And he has all those other cases hanging over his head. And with the attorneys that Trump has, it's looking like he might want to pack light when he heads to New York for this trial because Trump's attorneys are being savaged online today for issuing a subpoena to the wrong person for this upcoming trial. I'm not joking. Evidently, they tried to subpoena a former investigator in this case, a man named Jeremy Rosenberg, and they sent it to the wrong Jeffrey Rosenberg. The guy that received it actually had a sense of humor about it. He responded to Trump's attorneys and he said, quote, "I don't have any files for you," and quote, "I'm keeping the $15. So it's the money that they provided to cover travel expenses. So on Twitter, an attorney mentioned that Trump's team actually complained to the judge that Rosenberg's response was flippant and disrespectful. Yeah, because it's the wrong guy. So, all the best people, right? Speaking of which, as I'm sure you've all heard, Trump's former CFO, Alan Weisselberg, was just shipped off to Rikers Island again. Weisselberg took another plea deal. He admitted that he committed perjury in Trump's New York fraud trial. So he is back in the saddle for another 5 months. And now New York Attorney General Letitia James is asking Judge Engoron to order an investigation to determine if Trump and others withheld emails that have recently surfaced. These emails contain information about the true size of Trump's New York penthouse. So the AG wants the court-appointed monitor to determine why these emails weren't provided to the prosecutor during the case, during the discovery period, and during this trial. She wants to know, were they hidden so Weisselberg could lie on Trump's behalf? Because if they had that, Weisselberg would have been exposed immediately. So we'll see what happens there. In the meantime, though, next week could get a lot worse for Trump because his $175 million bond still hasn't been accepted by the court. I shared earlier this week, there are a lot of questions surrounding the validity of that bond, the agreement between Trump and the surety company. There's also concern that the bond company might not even have the ability to pay the bond. And, the fact that the company, which is Knight Specialty Insurance, they are not even licensed in the state of New York. So once again, Trump has until Monday of next week to either prove that the existing bond is legit and then the company can do business in the state, or he's going to have to find another surety company willing to cover this $175 million. So April 15th is the official drop dead date, but Judge Engoron had already scheduled an April 22nd hearing for this case. So I'm thinking they might let it ride until then. We'll see, but it is possible. It is very possible the Attorney General could start seizing Trump's assets as soon as next week. Next up is news about more incompetence and more deceit. Law and Crime News outlet reported that Judge Aileen Cannon, quote, begrudgingly reverses herself on keeping government witnesses secret, but still gives Trump another victory in order serially bashing special counsel Jack Smith. So according to the news outlet, Cannon agreed to the redaction of witnesses' names in regard to the court filings for this classified documents case that is apparently never going to happen. But she, quote, spends well over 2 pages criticizing Smith and, quote, takes the time to question Smith's command of the law, particularly in the realm of First Amendment analysis. So what this boils down to is the special counsel is rightfully trying to protect witnesses from intimidation, from threats. The judge is trying to compare this case to other high-profile trials and say, oh, we don't need to be this vigilant. We don't have to be this crazy about it. You cannot compare this to other trials. This is unlike most any other high-profile case in that Trump has millions of cult members, many of whom are unhinged. They are unstable. And he has one of the biggest megaphones on the planet to act as a stochastic terrorist. So even in cases where you had violent mobsters or gang leaders, they have never had the massive following that Trump has. And then, there's that other little issue of the upcoming election in which Trump is one of the candidates. So this is unlike any other case we've ever seen or likely will see in our lifetimes. So this woman is a right-wing hack. She has, she's perfectly happy to put witnesses in the line of fire, put their lives in jeopardy until the special counsel threatened to go above her head and go to an appeals court. Then she changed her tune a bit. So hopefully that holds. Hopefully she does the right thing, but she should have been gone a long time ago. Anyway, next, I have some fun news. It is about Trump's failing social media site, Liar Social. On Monday, I shared with you guys Trump's DJT stock had dropped to about $42 a share. Well, as you can see here, it was trading at $34.26 yesterday. That's on the left side. Today, it fell to a new low of only $32.74. The high was over $79. If you purchased at $79, you are pissed right now. And as I mentioned on Monday, Barron's financial news outlet said last week that this stock absolutely had to get to $50 a share or higher, or the company was going to be in a lot of trouble. It is going in the wrong direction, obviously. I am sure there are investors out there who see this upcoming trial. They see, Trump hasn't been able to wiggle his way out of it, as he usually does. And they're probably feeling like Job from Arrested Development, They're like, I've made a terrible mistake. Because let's face it, with Truth Social, without Trump, what is it? It already has a small user base. None of them would be there if it wasn't for Trump, if he wasn't on the site. So, why? What is the lure if he's gone, if he's in prison? There's also a ton of drama going on with this company. So I'm sure people are looking at this and they're like, I don't want any part of it. 2 of Trump's original partners, 2 of the co-founders of Truth Social, are suing him for allegedly trying to dilute their shares. Wow, they're learning out the hard way that the rest of us were right about him. And Trump is now countersuing them, saying they didn't do their jobs properly. So now the 2 men have filed an amendment to their lawsuit, and now they're demanding that they be released from this 6-month stock lockup that they all have, because they want to sell their shares before it completely tanks. On top of that, the media director for Trump Media and Technology, which is the parent company of Truth Social, it's a man named Eric Swider. He is now being accused of hacking into the computers for the SPAC. So that is the special acquisition company that they just merged with. The SPAC, who they just merged with, who they are now bed buddies with, the SPAC claims that Swider hacked their files to try to commit some sort of coup. They're saying he was trying to oust their CEO. I mean, what a way to kick off a relationship, right? So much drama. So yeah, there's more. The auditor that Trump is using for this company is said to have a quote 100% deficiency rate. The auditor, it's a company called BF Borgers, and according to Bloomberg News, watchdog groups reviewed their audits for 2 years, over 2 years, and they found errors in every single case. In every single company that they were auditing, there were errors. BF Borgers was also flagged for violating Canadian regulatory rules. So, no doubt, this is exactly why Trump and his minions chose this company, right? You wouldn't want a reputable auditor working for Trump. You wouldn't want someone with ethics, someone who knows what they're doing, actually auditing this company. So, yeah, I would imagine savvy investors aren't exactly falling all over themselves to purchase this stock. They don't want any part of this shit show. Can you blame them? So I will let you know if I hear any more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it, become a subscriber if you have not. If you can donate, truly appreciate it. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.